It's a beautiful spot here, and it's also a great spot to talk about the history, the geological history of this place. And so Scott, maybe you can help us imagine what this landscape would have looked like 15,000 years ago.
Right, well 15,000 years ago would have put us right in the midst of the Fraser glaciation, the last of the Pleistocene glaciations. And the interior plateau was under many hundreds of meters of ice. So this entire landscape would have been overridden by ice. And what's left today is a landscape that is very typical of glaciated landscapes. Has a overall rolling topography to it. The bedrock surfaces on the higher portions of the landscape are rounded. The slopes are relatively gentle, and they are mantled with glacial till.
Well, we not so subtly situated ourselves on top of this boulder here, and so I'm assuming that this is part of the story.
Yeah, we're sitting on a boulder, as you say, that we would term an erratic, and we call this an erratic because it is composed of a lithology or a rock type that is different from the local rock. And we have a volcanic rock here in the Stump Lake area where we're located, but this is a granitic rock and deposited directly by the ice. There are a number of boulders in the landscape behind us that have been dropped onto the surface in a similar way, and these were rocks that were carried in the ice, obviously from geologic formations further to the north here, as this Cordilleran ice sheet moved through this part of the plateau.
I think that we should take a little time travel trip and go back in time. What do you think?
Well, let's see if we can't find somewhere and see where our stone came from and just exactly how it got here.
Okay. Man, this time travel is great. See these rocks out in various landscapes and you wonder where they came from, and I think the answer is here. Scott, do you want to tell us the story?
All right, so here we are about 10,000 years ago in the Nicola Valley, and this would have been the exact scene at the snout of a retreating glacier, gentle sloping snout to the glacier. There's a lot of debris on the surface of the ice, and we can see that behind us, the amount of debris that's actually carried on the surface of the ice. These are deposited at the snout of the glacier and the origin of the erratic that we saw.
So glacial erratics occur from this sort of starting point.
This is an example of material that's carried on the surface of the glacier. And it gets onto the surface of the glacier in these mountainous environments, really through landslides adjacent to the glacier, adding material to the surface, and then of course carried in some cases for very long distances. And the process is one that's fairly common and results in features that, well, we can see it right here.